Good afternoon. Thank you for watching Rundlii Gaming. We're going to be doing another video on Marvel Snap, which is a superhero-based game. I guess you can also play as villains and stuff as well, but we're basically trying to do best of 3 of locations and see if you can beat the opponent. Of course, all the different cards have different special effects and kind of have different ways of triggering things as well. And right now what we're doing is we're kind of playing a smaller cost deck, so everything is generally pretty cheap, and then we basically have things that just buff everything. It's really cheap. With that, cards here have -3 power, so yeah, we don't actually want anything there for a bit. And with this one, if we play a card here, it changes base stats to 2. So in this case, this guy's stats are already 2, so we're going to do that. And that's basically just so we can get another card from our opponent, because maybe they might have something that would be of use. Otherwise, we can basically just drop our entire hand. And I guess because he predicted that we were going to drop something there, he ended up getting a bonus off this one. So, ongoing effects here are doubled, so that has potential to be pretty good for us. It might seem kind of productive, but I think what we're going to do is just dump everything over there. Because he has an ongoing effect, he's about to buff everybody in our entire pool. Which is kind of why we dumped everything over here as well, because all these people here are going to get buffs off of Kazar. And the big thing we're hoping for is that he doesn't have an Enchantress. An Enchantress would absolutely wreck our entire build. So we have Kazar now. Blue Marvel will be our next one. This is going to absolutely buff everybody by a lot. And then this one doubles your other ongoing effects at this location. So basically, we are going to then buff these even further, which is already doubled. So this will probably make them absolutely huge. Absolutely fantastic build. Even though they basically dropped everything that they had in the center, just those 2 we buffed massively on them. So it's a neat style build, but it does have some really bad weaknesses, because if he had ran an Enchantress would have just shut down everything here, and I would have absolutely just got destroyed. Well, maybe not destroyed, but because we might have actually taken this one just because everything here is pretty big still. And then these have been iffy at best. But yeah, it was a nice game. In this case, we probably should have snapped so we can get extra crystals. One thing that could happen in the snap, though, is they decide that they don't want to risk the gem, the cubes on it, and in doing so, they could then just retreat, and then retreating will make it so they don't lose as many. Because every time you play, you always have at least one that you're risking. As soon as someone snaps, the next turn it'll go to 2. And then by the end of the round, it'll double those to whatever it is then. Which could either be 4, 8, or... So if you have no cards here, +1 energy each turn. So, this is going to ramp us up pretty fast. And since we go through our stuff pretty quickly, we might go ahead and use Cable here. We're going to try to pull a card from him and see if we can find something good. I guess in their case, they decide to put something there, so they're going to lose out on the +1 energy per round, which seems like a terrible idea. Oh yeah, we got Mr. Fantastic from him. I was like, I don't remember, because we used to use Mr. Fantastic pretty often. And, yeah, we just drop it in the center. What Mr. Fantastic does is that he himself is worth 2. And then he gets +2 to each adjacent one. So if you put him on the left, he only will boost to the right one. If you put him in the center, he boosts both of them. One on the sides. Well, I think that's what we're at now, is we just drop everything there. Because after turn 3, add a rock to the losing side. So it just basically puts a 1 cost of 0 power drop on that side. Sad that we are going to lose our bonus here. So, but I think we kind of want to do that. Because eventually we'll probably want to drop Onslaught here. Yeah, so because he put the Enchantress here, it actually shut down my Mr. Fantastic and also shut down his Lizard. I guess we're going to do this one. And it seems like they're not really focused on this one much. So one of the abilities with Nightcrawlers, I can move Nightcrawler ones. So sometimes if numbers aren't looking good in a specific area, I can just kind of drop them somewhere, and oftentimes they'll do some pretty nice stuff for me. Ooh. I mean, that wasn't too bad. So we have a couple things we're looking at here. So right now, we're effectively tied. He can't raise anything else because of the setup here. Unless he drops a ton of power here, which he has 2 cards. He could have a blue marble or an onslaught, which would give pretty much 4 power to wherever he goes. So I think this is kind of how we played out. Space that just puts an extra power on everything. Yeah, so we just onslaught the rock. And then we almost took this one too, but we basically just use onslaught to buff up blue marble. And then blue marble basically just gave everyone +2/+2. Oh, sorry, just +2 power. And then because they snapped, because they were confident that they were going to win, and then we snapped, because, I mean, at that point we had a pretty good idea of what we had coming for us. So, yeah, at that point we got 8 crystals out of it, or cubes. And we don't have the currency for it. Well, otherwise, that was another round of Marble Snap. If you guys enjoyed it, definitely comment below or kind of mention anything that you guys liked about it or disliked or things you'd like to see. Thank you guys for watching. You have a wonderful day.